Otherwise,
a momentary cursory glance at the internet. It took me about 3 minutes last night to continually find a list of the same names.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the 8 times Phillip Schofield pissed off everyone.
Do you want to apologise? Because you've never actually owned the situation or apologised for it.
I apologise. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we're looking at the times Schofe upset the viewing public. Let us know in the comments whether you watched this morning. The GC's blackout. Famously, during her stint on Dancing on Ice, Gemma Collins fell flat on her face while trying to perform. But was the whole thing just a stunt? That depends on who you ask.
But
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Before that was absolutely beautiful.
While many viewers were wondering whether Collins hadn't taken the fall on purpose in order to gain some more attention, Phillip Schofield was thinking the same thing and went on record suggesting that the fall was totally faked and that she lied about experiencing a blackout.
And it's amazing, when you drop the GC and you come in and you apply yourself, you have improved. There was an improvement here.
That's not the most diplomatic thing to accuse someone of when you're presenting the show they're on, but he decided to do it anyway on This Morning a few days later, cutting off Holly. This clip of Holly and Phillip interviewing Bali bombing survivor Polly Brooks about her experience in the tragic 2002 attack went viral in 2022, as Phillip appeared to be rather rude to his co-host.
I had to rebuild my life from it being completely fantastic to shattered into this disaster zone.
Holly went in to ask another question and was immediately interrupted, with many eagle-eyed viewers saying she rolled her eyes in response.
Many times it took me probably a year, 18 months before I was actually glad that I'd survived.
Wow, gosh.
And even at 43% of your body was burnt, I think.
It's rare that there's a hint of discord between those two, as they've cultivated quite a strong public image, which might be why so many latched on to this small moment. Still, it's not the most professional thing to have happened, and especially not during such a serious item.
And they turned up and I was swollen to twice the size and I was straight into intensive care and my parents were told she might not make it.
Royal racism.
I think they just need to step very carefully. They are being looked at under a microscope right now.
In late 2022, tabloids were ablaze with stories of racism within the royal family. This all started when black charity founder Ngozi Fulani was asked where she was really from by Lady Susan Hussey, one of the late Queen's ladies-in-waiting.
You know, look at the thing that happened at the palace last week, where a woman was accosted about where are you from.
Hussey resigned over the incident and apologised, but not before Phillip Schofield could give his opinion on the whole thing. He came out in defence of Hussey for what she said, apparently suggesting that people should let it slide because she's an old woman.
Not the entire picture, I feel, on that story. And there is a 84-year-old lady who, you know, may have another side to the story.
Oh, I'm sure.
Is utterly broken.
Well, Phillip, plenty of old people don't make racist comments in public, and this might not be the best issue for a public broadcaster to be seen taking sides on anyway.
But you know, that story has been told the way it's been told.
Yeah.
And
Undrinkable wine. Long-time fans of Schofe and This Morning will know that he's an avid wine connoisseur, to the point of having his own brand of wine.
Pinot Grigio is like the most popular wine in the world, virtually.
well, it's quite safe, isn't it?
Yeah, it is safe.
This wasn't a budget wine anybody could enjoy, however, it was a costly label sold in Waitrose.
I quite like that. I think that's quite nice.
And by many accounts, it was also of appalling quality. It got review bombed by Waitrose customers who decided to give it a go, and even very publicly attacked by Jeremy Clarkson, though Clarkson was trying to promote his own brand of beer at the time.
It's almost a little bit Bordeaux. It's got a little bit
It's got some backbone.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, you too, Sherlock.
The wine range was eventually removed from sale by Waitrose after the scathing reviews, though they may be trying to reformulate it.
You don't buy just because of the
No,
label.
but we do.
This is another winner.
Feud.
Good morning to you. How
morning.
lovely to see you.
Hello! How lovely to see you too. How are you both?
It's long been rumoured that Fern Britton, who presented This Morning alongside Phillip before Holly Willoughby joined him, has it out for her former co-star.
Oh, no. No.
Has she gone? We'll come back
Oh,
to
no,
it. We'll come
we're
back to
gonna
it.
try
Come
and
back
get
to
her
it. We've got lots to talk about, so we'll come back. Is she definitely gone?
Is she definitely gone?
Every so often, this will be dredged back up by the papers, though Britton and Schofield have consistently tried to put the rumours to rest. Still, it's said that Britton spectacularly quit after 7 years of working with Phil because she didn't feel ITV valued her enough.
We've been trying to get Fern back as well over the break. We're
Still no luck?
struggling, but we're still not there.
no luck.
He was supposedly earning significantly more than her and was able to manipulate what would be covered on the show, leading to backstage rows. Britton still says, however, that the reason she left is that she just got too busy.
And I'd have loved to have been there. But I didn't
you
get an
are
invitation.
on
But I'd have loved to
stage.
have been there.
The list.
Well, these are extremely serious allegations, and that's why the government has moved so quickly to try and get to the bottom of exactly what they are.
Back in 2012, Schofe got in very hot water with ITV when he presented David Cameron with a list of top politicians allegedly accused of sex offences.
Because otherwise,
a momentary
yes.
cursory glance at the internet. It took me about 3 minutes last night to continually find a list of the same names.
Cameron was still Prime Minister at the time, and Schofield wanted to know what he was doing to investigate renewed allegations of historic offences.
I have those names there. Those are the names on a piece of paper. You know the names on that piece of paper. Will you be speaking to those people?
He got his list by simply Googling for a few minutes and then presented it, but unfortunately for him, multiple names were clearly visible to the cameras, including Lord McAlpine, who was later exonerated when he was found to have been falsely accused. McAlpine took Schofield and ITV to court for libel and won £125,000 in compensation. Spin to win.
Well, this week we've got our usual cash prizes, but you could also win some extra cash to pay your energy bills until the end of the year.
We're sure this game isn't the brainchild of Schofield himself, and he did share the spotlight with Holly this time round, but it's still an infuriating blemish on his career.
Good luck, everyone. Hope it's you.
Okay, first one.
In 2022, with the cost of living and energy crises getting worse and worse for the majority of Britons, This Morning decided to revise its popular spin to win game and let people win ITV paying their spiralling energy bills.
We'll pay your energy bills, got £1,000 as well. So this is energy bills, I think, for 4 months if it stops on that.
Widely branded as dystopic, we're shocked that neither of the presenters pointed out how bleak it was to add paying someone's energy bills as a prize on a TV game show, though the people who won it were grateful.
It is going to be... It's your energy bill!
Qgate.
The rules were that we would be quickly escorted around the edges to a platform at the back. In contrast, those paying respects walked along a carpeted area beside the coffin.
Also along with Holly, in 2022, This Morning weathered a giant scandal in the form of Qgate, where they supposedly jumped the queue to see the Queen's coffin lying in state.
None of the broadcasters and journalists there took anyone's place in the queue, and no one filed past the Queen.
They were adamant that they didn't do this, but the damage was done. The public was outraged, and an existing petition to get them sacked from This Morning blew up. 2 months later, and Schofield was harangued outside his house by GB News presenters, grilling him on why he still hadn't apologised for the fiasco. But he didn't entertain them, pointing out that they were months late to the story and that he had no reason to speak to them further.
So a lot of people saying that you were unfairly targeted. Is that something you'd agree with?
We were.
I guess the problem was that you were never accredited or...
We were.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.